Okay, let's talk about one of the areas of hiking that most folks don't like to think about. How many times have you headed out on a hike just to pull into a parking lot and realize, yeah, they don't have the right passes and permits, or there's no spots available? If you're gonna get on a great trail, you're gonna need to find the parking for that trail, first of all. And a lot of popular parks in this day and age are pretty packed when it comes to areas of parking. It's amazing. You can spend a couple of hours driving around just to try and get to the right spot to even start your hike in the first place. So there are a couple of things that you need to keep in mind around parking spots to make sure that you're even able to start your hike in the first place. Here are a couple of tips and tricks that I've picked up over the last couple of years that I hope help you to get out on the trail and out of the parking lot. If you're hiking in a state park or a national forest, and you've been fortunate enough to actually find a parking spot, you're going to want to make sure you have the right parking pass required for that area. Now, here in Washington State, for our state parks, we have what's called the Discovery Pass. This can be bought as a day pass or an annual pass. Now, if you're in a national forest or a national park, you're going to need the National Recreation Pass. There's all kinds of different passes that are good for different locations. Make sure you check the zoning on that park before you head out. Most state and national park passes can be purchased anywhere you can buy a fishing license. Typically, your big box retailers like a Fred Meyer or Walmart or an outfitter like REI or Big Five Sporting Goods are going to have the passes that you need for almost every area that you're going to be visiting. Or you can go online to your state website and you can purchase there. Read and follow any posted signs or regulations on where to park or how long to park. Remember, a lot of the popular trailheads and parking areas border private property or businesses. And we want to be respectful of the private homeowners and the businesses. We don't want to do anything to obstruct their thoroughfares and make it a happier experience for everybody. If you plan on hiking on Bureau of Land Management property or unregulated forests, you're going to find that a lot of the areas have these security gates blocking the trail areas. Make sure you don't block that access point. You never know when an official vehicle is going to come through and they need to get access to their property. Also, a lot of these forests will require a permit or at least verbal confirmation that you're allowed to be there. You're going to typically find contact information on the signs posted near the gates. If you find your hiking preference is old Forestry Service roads or doing a little bit of bushwhacking in unregulated forests, you may find that you're parking your car along the side of the road. I also highly recommend leaving a note in your car. It could be something as simple as, "Gone hiking, please don't tow my car." If you're in an area that's not accustomed to getting hikers, you might find that the property owners or a local tow truck decides to pick up your car. Last thing you want to do is find that your car's been towed or you've been given a ticket while you're out on an awesome afternoon adventure. Take a little time, leave that note. Now, you can decide if you want to put any contact information or not. Use your best judgment. Don't leave any personal information, but I will find occasionally I'll leave my phone number on the note as well, just depending on where I'm at and how long I plan on being out. If you're finding that parking is inhibiting your hiking, there are a couple of things you can do to improve that process. Pack your breakfast to go, get up to the trailhead, get into the parking lot before the sun's up, have a breakfast in the parking lot, and then head out on your trip. Or, if it's just a couple of hour hike, I would highly recommend going in the afternoon instead. I found that if you get up to the trailhead by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a lot of those morning early birds are on their way out, which means the parking area is starting to open up for more people. Popular trailhead parking lots aren't just popular for hikers. Unfortunately, in this day and age, it's becoming more and more common to have your car broken into when you're out on a hike. You never want to leave any valuables in your vehicle, and if you do have a bag or something in there, put it in the trunk or put it out of sight so that if somebody's looking in your window, they don't see anything worthwhile to take. You also want to avoid parking in the corners of parking lots. If at all possible, park right near the center of the lot. If there's lighting, even better, but make sure it's in a visible location so it's less likely for a car prowler to target your vehicle. They're going to break into somebody's car. Doesn't mean it has to be yours. Here's a bonus tip for you. Once you've found that parking spot, drop a pin right where your car is. A lot of trails are out and back, so it's easy to find your car. But if you're on a loop trail and it's a very large parking lot, you might not remember where you parked by the time you get back. Drop a pin, it's a heck of a lot easier to find your car that way. And it'll save you 10 or 15 minutes of wandering around with your remote, pushing that button to hopefully hear your car beep at you. Hopefully some of these tips and tricks will help you on your next outdoor adventure. They'll get you into the parking lot and onto the trail sooner. Because at the end of the day, folks, that is our goal. We want to get out there and have an adventure. And the last thing you want is for a parking area to be the thing that's holding you back. So until next time, folks, I hope to see you out there on the trail and not in the parking lot. Let's go for a walk.